fooling yourself by calling yourself a real estate wholesaler. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on? This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. On this episode, I want to dive into a few reasons why you don't want to call yourself a real estate wholesaler. As a matter of fact, you're not really a real estate wholesaler, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, and why it's against your best interest to actually call yourself a real estate wholesaler or act like one as you continue to build your real estate wholesaling business. So I have a quote here from my book. So if you use the link on the screen, okay, the link on the screen either is myempirepro.com or olatalks.com/mastermind. Okay, let me just say that olatalks.com/mastermind will definitely take you to where you can download the book. The book is a work in progress. So if you download it, it may be a work in progress, but it's good. It's good that you see the process as we develop it. But right now, as it stands, it's about around 213 pages of fundamentals that you must know about not just real estate wholesale business, but any business before you engage in marketing. And that's what this is about. I'm giving you my book for free, okay? Unless you're paying for it on Amazon, or then you have to pay I don't know, $10 or less, something like that. But you can absolutely download the PDF for free by simply going through that link, olatalks.com/mastermind. So here's a quote from chapter 4. It's called "What is Prospecting?" Here it goes. It says, "Prospecting is when you actually find out what somebody needs. It is when you find out if a particular person is actually in need of what you're offering, making sure there is a match. It is not necessarily when you throw up all over people with your business opportunity or offer." Let me see. Prospecting is not when you start telling people all the information about your business opportunity. In prospecting, you're actually fishing. You're actually making sure that somebody is a fit for what you're offering. If there's a value in your offer, that simply means there's someone in the marketplace that wants it. That means your offer. Not need, but wants the offer already. So when you're prospecting, you're simply sorting through the marketplace for people who may be looking for something similar to what you offer. Your job is to make sure that they are right. They're the right fit for what you're offering through your prospecting process. Okay. Way too many people misconstrue prospecting to be equivalent to going on Facebook or posting unsolicited messages on people's walls or going to the mall to talk to strangers. Prospecting is a two-way communication street where all you really have to be is a leader who is leading the conversation. If all you're doing is being the only talker, what do you think that will make you look like to the prospect? They don't know you, nor have they asked for a solution in particular. You will simply be a nuisance if they haven't asked for your solution in particular, right? What you need to learn how to do is asking quality questions when you're prospecting, when your marketing attracts a prospect. Those who ask questions lead the conversation. If your prospect is asking more questions than you, your marketing was all wrong. So that's the quote from the book. So make sure you download the book. That's just I don't know, that's like less than a page or so. So yeah, make sure you go to olatalks.com/mastermind to get your hands on the book. But I wanted to give you that quote because it's gonna provide the answer for the question that came in. And here goes the question. "Hi Ola, I received a lead last week that I got very excited about," right? Isn't that exciting? I mean, it's exciting when you get a lead. Like up to today, anytime I get a lead, or email lead, a phone lead, or anything like that, it's exciting because that's potential money. As a matter of fact, that's money in your pocket when you average out on your revenue if you're already making money in your business. So I can see that. I set an appointment immediately and went there the following day. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. So you probably said the right thing on the phone that allowed somebody to say, yes, come over my house, take a look at the property, possibly put the house under contract. Now, I'm going to warn you, some people say the wrong thing only to get to the house, but if you start with the wrong foundation, you're going to get hit with the roadblock anyway. Okay, so make sure that these people are pre-qualified properly. Okay, and that's what this whole thing is all about. I always tell people, make sure you're using proper pre-qualification systems. I'm going to talk about that more in a second here. So he goes, the problem is that the conversation went completely sideways, I guess, when he got to the house, right? It seemed that I got into more trouble the more I tell the couple about what I do and how it can help. You talked yourself out of the deal, right? And that happens a lot, especially when you're a newbie. But I'm going to help you here on how to avoid that in the future, possibly save some time. Don't you? Like, there are ways on the phone that you could have saved yourself time without going to this property, okay? And there's a balance. It's not always a science. There's a balance between the heart and the science. Sometimes you don't want to be a robot either, right? So you want to definitely feel on the person to person level, like from heart to heart. But also you want to make sure you're using skills, right? So he goes, this situation has repeated itself a few times. Please help. Any tips? I used to think I was a pro at prospecting when I was in sales. As a real estate wholesaler, I would think the skills would transfer, but this is a struggle. Thanks. All right. So here's what's typically going on. Usually, again, like I said in the quote I posted earlier, you need to be prospecting. And when I say prospecting, you're not talking. You're talking 5% of it, right? Anywhere between 5 to 10% of the time you're talking, okay? And most of this talking is asking quality questions. Now, why do you want to do that? Because again, you want to give the prospects the opportunity to give you all the ammunitions you need to close the deal. Now, the deals are in multiple different segments. There's the deal of them allowing you to come to the property, which you did a good job at, right? So you went to the property. But then also there's a deal that you have to close when you get to the property. You have to get them to sign the contract. And again, it's the same process. See, either you're in sales, because you said you used to be in sales here. I doubt very much that you're very skillful even in sales if you thought prospecting was all about talking. Now, you didn't say that here, but that's what it sounds like to me based on the results you're getting. The result you're getting is telling me that you're talking yourself out of the deal. You're talking those people out of deciding to do a deal with you, either to come to your house or, in this case, to sign the contract, right? So a lot of times when it comes to sale, a lot of people approach the business as a real estate wholesaler, as a salesperson. Really, what you want to be doing is you want to be consulting, okay? And when I say consulting, it's not necessarily the overglorified title consultant. I'm talking about asking quality questions, okay? You ask not just questions, but you ask quality questions that leads a person to deciding to do business with you, okay? And one of the reasons why you want to ask questions is because they are going to give you all the ammunitions again that you need to close the deal, okay? They're going to give you everything, all the ammunitions you need to close the deal. They will hand it to you if you ask quality questions. Now, how are they going to do that if all you're doing is telling them about real estate wholesale, or we're going to put your house under contract, I'm going to go talk to my cash buyer? No, hopefully you're not saying that, right? But yeah, I'm going to contact my team and we're going to do some title work, we're going to do some inspection and make sure that everything is right. You're going to talk yourself out of them doing a deal with you. That's what you end up doing. What you need to be doing when you get to somebody's house is you need to be asking questions. So before you ask questions, your marketing must have done a good job at preframing their mind, okay? Because if your marketing is essentially preframing the mind wrongfully, then you can't ask questions. So what I always like to do, I always like to be in a position where when somebody calls my phone or they reach out to me by email and I'm reaching back out by phone, I always like to be in a position where I can say, how may I help you? Now, that's the magic question. That's the most magical quality questions you can ask anybody because your conversation starts with that. Now, you could have a script, but I'm not a big fan of script. I just like the conversation to kind of lead itself away from that first question. The only first question I really want to ask, and I like to keep it simple for you, the first question I like to ask is, how may I help you? I like to be in a position, how may I help you? And then the second type of quality question is something that's not clear that can get people talking more. Because again, you just want them to talk more. People like to talk about themselves, they like to talk about their problems. Yeah, I know that sounds sad, but it's true. People like to talk about their problems, they like to talk about all their predicaments, they like to talk about everything that's going wrong for them. And you want to give them the opportunity to vent, to talk. Okay, now you want to find a balance between that and not staying on the phone too long. Okay, but if they're busy talking and they're talking themselves in the direction of signing the contract, then it's okay to leave them to talk. If they derail off, you want to be very quick to say, What do you mean by that?" Okay, that's the second most quality question you can ask anybody while you're prospecting. So if you know how to begin a conversation with "How may I help you?" If you set up your marketing in a way that it's collecting response and you're able to say "How may I help you?" That's the number one first quality question that you want to be asking people. The second one is, as they talk, if something is not clear, pick on one or two things that will go in the direction that you're looking for. Again, you're the one holding the steering in the conversation. You're the leader, right? Because you're asking the quality question. You want to be able to say from time to time, say, "What do you mean by?" And then say that thing. And then you're literally mimicking what they just told you, right? So they just told you something, and you pick one or two phrases here and then you say, "Hey, what do you mean by?" Okay, so here's an example. So yeah, we bought this house. The realtor totally cajoled us into buying this house. We didn't like the house, but we felt obligated to buy the house since we're already looking at the house. You like, excuse me, like, what do you mean by cajoled into buying the house? What do you mean by you got cajoled into buying the house? So you just picked on what they said, right? And you get them to digress a little bit more. People at a very subconscious level, extremely subconscious level, love to talk about themselves, especially when you literally just made it known to them that you're paying attention, because the fact that you picked on a phrase shows that you're paying attention to what they're saying, and you should be paying attention. And you say, "What do you mean by you got cajoled into buying the house?" You get them to talk a little bit more further, and you dig deeper, and you're taking notes, of course. So the notes you're taking, again, they're giving you the ammunitions that you're gonna need to close the deal, to either come to the house or to sign the contract, right? Because those are the two things that you need to close people on. You need to close the deal on them setting an appointment with you, and you need to close the deal on them signing the contract, right? Sign the contract, putting the house under contract at a price that's 50 cents on the dollar, 60 cents on the dollar. That's what you're there for as a wholesaler, right? But again, in that process, you're the only way you can call yourself a prospector is if you know how to ask quality questions. Okay, the first one again is, "How may I help you?" So "How may I help you?" comes from proper marketing. Okay, because if your marketing is saying the wrong things or trying to deceive people into calling you, you're not going to be able to say that, right? "How may I help you?" What do you mean, "How may I help you?" You called me because you wanted to buy my house, right? Well, if somebody's already talking that way, it's okay to pre-qualify them and say, "No, how may I help you? I do buy houses, but how may I help you? Tell me why you're gonna be your house is the right candidate for me to buy." And let them talk, okay? Because again, your house, your letter should have been already preframing their mind that you're there to help. By of course buying their house, but it's more about the help. It's more about them needing your help, your solution that you bring to the marketplace, the solution that you bring to the table for them is really more about that than you buying their house. You don't need to buy their house. You have options when it comes to buying houses. You have people calling you all the time when it comes to buying houses. And it's okay to let them know, "Listen, I got 5 people calling me about their house today. So let's get to the straight to the conversation. Tell me, how may I help you?" Quality question, okay? All right, so even if somebody is trying to prove stubborn on the phone, you go back to the quality question. And then once they start talking and you pick on a few things and say, "What do you mean by?" And then you lead the conversation down where you want to, "Okay, all right, good. Sounds good to me, but here's the thing, I want us to look at the house. A couple of things I'm interested in about what you just told me about your house and your situation. But I think we may be able to put something together. But I would like to see the house. When is a good time tomorrow between 3 and 5? You need to specify a range of time where I could come take a look at the property. Now, if I come to the property, here's the third quality question. If I come to the property and everything seems good to go, are you ready and willing? Do you have everybody ready to sign the contract right then and there? If they say no or they're not sure, or "I'm not sure," don't go to the house. Okay, just don't waste your time. do some more marketing, okay? Create some more marketing pieces and get some more marketing out there. Shoot a video, create some new content and get some more videos out there. That's where you want to be focused on. So again, you're pre-qualifying people. So the third quality question I just gave you right now, okay? And that's if we're ready to go and everything seems good to go, are you ready to sign a contract? You're going to have all the homeowners on deck ready to sign a contract tomorrow. You need a solid yes on that. If you don't get a solid yes on that, they're not going to sign. There are very high chances they're not going to sign the contract. But again, it's not always a science, but I will fill on the conversation, make sure that I'm talking to the right person. So that's what I have for you on this episode. Make sure you like, share, and give me your thoughts, your questions below in the comment area if you find value in this. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to keep getting videos like this. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell right next to the subscribe button to make sure you get notifications every time I release a new video. And also go to the link olatalks.com/mastermind. That's OLATUX.com/mastermind, so you can download the book, so you can watch it as the book continue to progress. As I develop it, you'll be able to download that and read it and get the fundamentals of how this worked for real, okay? So thank you so much. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I will see you on the next one.